time to add a critical part of the welding process, and that is our filler wire. With TIG welding, you use both hands somewhat independently and somewhat ambidextrously. You will be working your torch in your dominant hand, and you will have your filler wire in your non-dominant hand. You will use your torch to melt and deposit the filler wire onto your base metal. Now, there are several different techniques that we can use with our filler wire. We're gonna start off with the most basic and one of the most used. It's simply called lay wire, and it's exactly as it sounds. We're gonna lay the wire down and walk over the top of it. In this exercise, I will be slowly pulling the wire back as I'm chasing it with the torch. That's what it will look like when you are out in the lab welding for real. Keep in mind, in the real world, you are not pulling the wire backwards. That is the visual illusion, and that is what we will be doing in this training since it is so closely mimicking it. So, I have my torch, I have my wire, I'm in alignment. I'll put them right in the middle in my neutral starting position. Keep in mind, you do not want your wire up towards the tungsten. If it is close enough to be able to touch the tungsten, you are far too close. You need to stay roughly a 1/4 inch to 3/4 of an inch in front of the tungsten at all times. Now, I'm gonna start slowly making my way down the template. I'm keeping the wire right in the middle so I can spread evenly to both sides. I'm pausing briefly on my toes. I have to let the metal catch up and fuse in. And I'm just gonna make my way down, hitting each point on the template. That's it. It's that simple, that easy. Another feeding technique that we have with our wire is dabbing. Now, with dabbing, we are not keeping the wire still in the same place and going over it. We are actively adding and removing the wire to our weld puddle. We can dab to one side or both sides. I'm gonna start off with one side. So for every upswing movement I make, I'm gonna dab right in front of it. I'm gonna hit the point that's right in front of it. Come back, upswing, dab. Come back, upswing, dab. And I'm just gonna do that slowly and in control. Down our sticker. Add wire, spread it. Add wire, spread it. We can do so similarly to both sides as well. So, starting in neutral, dab. Down here, dab. Every single swing, we're dabbing at the point in front of it. Boom. That easy. Similarly, you can dab in the center if you wish as well. Most of the time, people will choose to dab on their toes to make sure they have good fusion, but the center is also acceptable. Practice all of these techniques and staying in control while you're doing them. And then next week, we're gonna pick back up with metronome and timing training. See you then.